So I'll just tell you the soap again. This is just from Whole Foods. It's called glycerin soap. It's fragrance free, and you can see that it's clear. And when I say clear, it's going to have a little bit of tint, but it's not going to be yellow and it's not going to be white. You can see this. So Whole Foods glycerin soap. And another thing I'm loving is I actually love this. This is the Kylie Skin Lip Oil. So I was using the Huda, but I've switched to this one. I like it so much more. I feel like it just lasts while I'm sitting here doing my makeup. And it's actually really pretty on the lips. But when they say lip oil, you're thinking oily. It honestly feels like nothing. Really, really like it. You guys know when I sit down, I always put on a lip balm, so I'm liking this one. All right, I believe that's everything. Let's get started. Green was everywhere. You guys want green. Y'all be grinching around, so we're gonna do green. Give me some green. Where's the green? So let's start with some dry clean canvas, but let's use the shade white because we're wild. This is just gonna make sure that the green we're gonna use is going to be green. It's just gonna be the greenest version of itself. So we'll just kind of apply this. It's going to look wild because I'm going to apply it all the way over here, and I'm even going to bring it out pretty far over here because I want to do a really winged shadow look. So just kind of tap this in, and I'm using my Anissa eye treatment brush because apparently it applies eye base better than any of the other brushes or any kind of sponge. I mean, look at that. I love it. Okay, so remember, today's Friday. Today's the day that you guys will recreate this look. Not this one, don't do this. Don't scare people. You're gonna recreate the look that I do today, and you guys will have till 7 p.m. tomorrow evening, and then I pick a few of you and I repost you on my page. So exciting. So I can't wait to see your recreations. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this palette, and we're gonna be working from over here. I like the idea of this dark green. I have some ideas, and then I have really cool ideas, and then I have some more. So without squawking, let's go ahead and grab this shade. Okay, just tip tap into that. I'm using a Mario E4, and I'm going to take it and I'm actually just going to tap it right through here. Just kind of start all the way over here, tap it over this way. Once you get over here, I'm going to pick up a little bit more. I'm using such a small amount. You have more control. A lot of times I feel like you might see this and you might go, oh, that's not pigmented. It is. The way I'm using it, I don't want it to be pigmented. We'll get out of control very, very fast. I'm picking up a little bit more, and now I'm just going to start to tap and then start to kind of bring it up this way. So now you can see why I brought that eyeshadow primer so far out. So now we're just building it up. I'm just using that same shade, and I'm just continuing to tap through here. We kind of have the shape, so now we can start to build up the color. Just kind of take your time and tap. Start here and just continue to just keep tapping. There's more shadow on this side, so let's go ahead and switch sides of the brush. Just continue tapping. Okay, so now we're gonna grab this shade. It's called Rooftop View. It's just this nice soft brown with a little bit of flecks of shimmer in it. It's really pretty. And we're gonna start to tap that right above. This will kind of bring it back from being pastel. We're gonna be using the dark color, so it won't, but I think that grounding this will be really pretty. So let's just tap this right above. Just kind of go back and forth. Yeah, I know I'm gonna have to stop this after the eyes, but I'll be back. These classes are fun, but they're getting in the way of the tutorials. So now I'm just going to take the white shade from the palette, and I'm going to take this little Rare Beauty. This is the newest brush from Rare Beauty. I love it. It just fits here. And we'll just tap that right on the highest point of the brow bone, and then whatever's left, we'll just kind of bring it over this way. What we're doing now is making sure that from here up is nice and set. All right, we're getting to the fun part. Let's go ahead and tap our lid back in. We can even add a little bit more, but notice that I'm only adding it through here. Doesn't have to be perfect. We are going to soften the edges, and I'm going to add it through here. So we're not going to put anything right there. So now I'm going to grab this shade from the palette, and I'm grabbing it on that same Mario E4, and I'm going to start packing that right here. And I'm going to stop right there. Okay, and I'm just kind of shaping. I'm still tapping. I'm actually going to have a lot of control if I hold my brush very far back and I tap. So a lot of times we're thinking that we might need to be scratching. If we were to scratch and pull this brush back and forth, we might get patchiness. So pressing is really where it's at for right now. So let's put it there. Let's pick up some more of that same shade, and we're going to put it here. By the way, I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'm going to wipe my brush off here on Sheila. And I'm going to start to tap this into that minty shade. Just going to take your time to cover up the mint color out here. That's still going to look really cool. So we'll just kind of take it and we're angling it upwards, holding this very far back. I'm kind of coming at an angle. I want to show you what I'm doing, so I kind of want to hold it here. It kind of shows you. I'm going to draw a line. I want you to tap it out, but I'm kind of just doing like this. Just think that. That's where we want it to go. Don't worry about under here. That's where we're going to clean that up. You can kind of see if I hide it. This is our vibe. So this is actually going to be a really great shape for even hooded eyes because you're bringing that shadow so far up this way that it's going to lift the eye. So if you're going, whoa, wait a second, this is going to be really, really nice because you can even see that if I don't have my hair up this tight, my eyes will kind of droop over this way. So just kind of pull the shadow upwards towards the tail of your brow. And even if your brow hair is a little bit longer, it's okay to tap eyeshadow into it. It's going to be pretty. So just make sure that you're just thinking that we're going very lifted, like a bat in flight. So now I'm going to switch over to this Mario. This is the E5, the little tiny guy. And remember, everything is set. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually just going to come in here, start right here, and do some really small circular motions. Just kind of go all around here. Just soften and blur that. I'm using such light pressure. Remember, the farther back you hold your brush, you're going to have lighter pressure, but you're even going to have more control. So hold your brush really far back and just come in here and do some small circular motions. Now take some micellar water. This one's my favorite from Garnier. I just put it in the palm of my hand. I'm going to go into the micellar water here with my brush. I'm going to completely clean this up. I want to see my skin. So just take all of that off and you can just wipe your brush and keep going back and forth. Take it to there. I want it to be completely naked skin. Okay? This came to me last night as I was laying in bed. Right before I fell asleep, I said, what am I going to do? See, I didn't know I was going to do this, but I knew I wanted naked skin peeking through. We're naked out here. We're naked for likes. This is so cool. So now we're going to grab this shade, Island Hop. I'm grabbing it on the Rare Beauty eyeshadow brush again. Very small amount. I want to be able to see my skin underneath. So we'll just kind of pull this back and forth. And believe it or not, our lid is still going to grab that color, but I didn't want it to grab it like an eyeshadow base would. So I'm going to pack a little bit more on just in the center. And now from here, I'm just going to feather it over this way. And I'm going to feather it in this way. This is so cool. This is a party and a half. So now I'm going to grab this Makeup Forever Aqua Resist Color Pencil in number 6 Forest. It's almost the same exact color as the eyeshadow. And we're just going to pull it across here. I'm going to make sure to really wiggle it into my lashes because the white base might still be there. Of course, we're going to cover that with mascara. But when you wiggle it into your lashes like this, it even gets it more into the lash line. So just for an extra spassy effect, let's grab that same shimmer that we used. You guys remember it. There it is. And I'm just going to tap it, take it right over the center of the liner. Yeah, that's cool. But just the center. We're just going to pop on some mascara, any kind of mascara. I was going to do green lashes, but I'm afraid some of you might not have green mascara, and I didn't want to put y'all through that. So maybe we'll do that another time. So we're just going to do black mascara, and we're going to grab some lashes. Okay, so I applied my House of Lashes. It's a style, it's a look. I love these. I feel like they just really give the eye a nice lifted effect. One thing I will say is while the lash glue is drying, I kind of always hold up the ends. Just make sure they're nice and flared. Let's go ahead and put the same Aqua Resist pencil on our waterline. Let's go ahead and bring it all the way in there, top and bottom. Since it's a darker color, we can put it on our top for some more definition. Also, this glides on so smooth. And also, since it's plastic around here, it never irritates my eye, so I can just kind of go in here all wild, so it's not poking me, sometimes like wood pencils do. So I thought I would fill you guys in on that. I like that. I got 30 minutes. I think we can finish our base. I think we can do it. Find me a primer. I'm gonna grab my redness correcting primer. So Makeup Forever, they reformulated these. And this is the redness correcting one. You guys know I love it. And I tried the new formula the other day. I like it. So it's gonna look real grinchy. Get ready, okay? Let's just work it in. Hang on now. Okay, so I'm gonna use my Anissa All Over Care Brush. I'm just gonna work this in. Look at it. You can see that redness just disappearing. Look at that. These feel so lightweight on the skin. And another thing I like about them is, you guys know I love to use different primers on my face. So I'm gonna do this one through here. Just kind of where I have redness. Really right there. Really right here in my cheek. So now I'm gonna grab my Shine Control Primer and put it on my Anissa Eye Treatment Brush because I'm very selective. So I already have a little bit here. You can kind of see that that shine is gone. Here, let's put some here. You guys, this stuff does not play. This is my favorite Shine Control Primer that I've ever used, but I like to use a smaller brush to apply it because I don't want it through here. I like my glow. So I can just kind of spot control the shine. So now we're gonna go in with our Rare Beauty foundation. Gotta shake it up real spicy. I'm gonna use the shade 160C. Let's see how this looks. It might be a little, no, I think we're gonna work with that today. I think we'll be good. So we'll just tap it there. Then we'll take our Anissa Pinnacle Foundation Brush and we're gonna melt it in. If it's a little too light, I plan on bronzing anyway, so don't be afraid of that. But it's looking pretty fantastic. Notice that I'm avoiding my under eye. We don't want to add any more product there because we're gonna come back in with concealer, and the least amount under your eye, the better. All right, so now we're gonna grab our Rare Beauty concealer. And I'm gonna use the shade 160C as well, just a little bit of that. There we go. And I'm gonna melt this in with my Anissa Angle Concealer Brush. About 15 minutes. Watching the clock. And then there we go. So now we're gonna grab my favorite. I love this stuff. This is the Balm Contour from Danessa Myricks. And it just melts into your skin like butter. I do not have a better way to say that. I'm sorry. It is just magical. I'm gonna put on a little extra because I'm gonna melt it back in with my foundation brush. I'm using the shade Light 2 today. I'm just double checking that. Yes, I just wanted to double check that for you guys. So we'll just kind of press it in and put it on a little messy around the nose. I don't contour my nose, but I do bronze my nose. So now grab your foundation brush and just start to melt it back in. And then it just looks like the most delicious bronzer ever. So if you're ever afraid of cream contour or cream bronzer, anything of that nature, this is the technique. It just warms up the skin. See, it's starting to match again with everything here. And then you just melt it in. You're like, is that bronzer? Is it really suntan? We don't know what's going on. That's spicy. I'm gonna grab this orangey blush. I love orange blush or peach blush with green. This one is from Armani. It's the shade number 30. Somewhere in my chaos is my blush brush. This is the Anissa Tapered Highlight Brush, so we're just gonna tap this in. I want it to really stand out and be extra peachy today. I love peach and green. I'm gonna use my Huda Easy Bake Powder today in the shade Cupcake. This puff is from Amazon. This one in particular sold out, but they're all almost identical on there, so just search Makeup Puff. That's all you gotta search. And I'm just gonna continue to kind of go back and forth and press this in since we're done with all of our creams now. Again, let's take this pencil and go right underneath here. I'm gonna keep it pretty close to the lash line, but I figured that would look nice. All right, guys, I'm just gonna throw on some lip gloss, so I'll be back and we'll pick our lipstick out. I don't wanna leave y'all hanging because I want you guys to recreate this and I want you to have a full tutorial, but I'm pretty sure that we won't be there for very long. I'm just taking my little prototype brush and just kind of softening that. Because we still gotta do an inner corner and lipstick. But I got 5 minutes. Maybe we can do the inner corner because I'm just gonna use this shade. Hang on now. I'm gonna grab a Carla Cosmetics pigment. We love the Unexpected inner corner. This one's a purpley pink. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. So with whatever's left on my brush, I'm just taking Dolly and just lightly just kind of tapping it through here. I don't want it to coat the green, but I think it'll be fun to kind of tie everything together. All right, guys, let me go to this little rare beauty class. I'm so excited, and I'll be back. I'm back. Don't know what any of that meant. I'll tell you what it meant. I'm on Mario's story. That's really what happened. All right, let's finish this look after we eat this English muffin. Also, apparently the store sells them this way now. Mother.
What, baby?
Mother, does the store sell them like this? Thank goodness I didn't do my lipstick first. English muffin. Cream cheese. With the whipped kind, so it spreads nice. Okay, so now I'm doing tutorials on English muffins. Hang on, I'll be right back. I actually wanted to add a little bit more blush before I left, but I didn't have time. So I'm gonna grab this one. It's almost identical peachy to the shade we just used. So we'll just apply a little bit extra. I really want the green and the peach to stand out. So our colors are green, peach, and pinky flipped purple. We're spicing around today. And if we get out of control again, just grab your old handy foundation brush, and as long as you're not pulling, never pull, as long as you're pressing, you can just kind of work the foundation back on top. It's not going to mess with any powder, and it's just going to melt it back in, but never drag your brush. I wanted, again, a peachy, really peachy, so I'm going to grab this. This is on repeat. This is the liquid matte lipstick from Dose of Colors, and then I have the matching liner here, also in the shade on repeat. Just going to do a rough outline. And when I say rough outline, you don't have to worry about coming in here and being super precise, because then I'll take the lipstick, throw it in the floor, classic Rose, and then I'll just kind of put this on, and I work in sections. I might lighten that a bit, but we'll see what we get. So now I'm going to take it and I'm going to work the lipstick and the liner together. When I dropped that, it actually smushed it. So that's what you're saying. So then I'll just work and start perfecting. And what that does is it'll blend the lip liner into the lipstick, and you'll even be able to get a more precise lip line. All right, friends, and then I wanted to lighten just the center, so I'm actually going to grab some of this white here from the Mario lip palette, and I'm just going to take this on the brush. Just gotta get on in there. So now we're just going to tap this right into the center. Just a little bit is all you need. And the white will go into the peach and make it even more of a peachy nude. There we go. And then just kind of mix it together. If it feels too light in the center for you, you can always just take your finger and just tap it. There you go. All right, there we have it. You know, this just looks more complicated than what it is. Once you reshape it with the micellar water, that's what gives you the shape. The rest of it is just tapping, and you know, I didn't even use that many eyeshadow colors. I am honestly going to be refreshing. I cannot wait to see you guys recreate this look. This is it. This is the jazz. Now, obviously, if you don't have the Carla Cosmetics pigments, that's fine. Any kind of purple shimmer on your inner corner, it can even be pink. Most palettes have like a shimmery pink in them. So don't get all in a tiz about that. Just recreate this with whatever you have. You don't have to overcomplicate it. It doesn't have to be identical. Just kind of get the same color family and the shape. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see it. All right, guys. I'm gonna get the rest of my content here. In the meantime, go show some love on Mario's page, because I am on the story. I cannot believe that he reached out and asked me to create that content. Me, little old Rose. I still can't believe he knows I exist. Don't tell him. So go show me some love over there, and I love you guys with all of my heart.